Welcome to Daily Stories Number 1, where we bring to light the most intriguing and impactful stories from around the world. In today's episode, we delve into a shocking incident involving a racist police officer who attempts to humiliate a black female FBI agent. This story not only exposes the deep-seated issues within our law enforcement, but also showcases the unexpected turn of events, leading to a powerful conclusion. Stay tuned as we uncover the layers of this compelling narrative. Don't forget to subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our daily releases. On a crisp Chicago evening, FBI agent Jenny Clark was driving through the bustling streets, her mind still on the high-stakes case she'd been entrenched in for months. This case involving a notorious smuggling ring that had slipped through the cracks for too long had Jenny both exhilarated and exhausted. As the city lights blurred past her, Jenny's focus was momentarily interrupted by the piercing flash of blue and red lights in her rearview mirror. Surprised and confident she hadn't been speeding, she pulled over, her heart rate picking up as she ran through any potential mistakes that could have caught an officer's attention. Officer Andy Miller emerged from the patrol car parked behind her. He was tall with a stern expression that seemed etched into his features. As he approached, his hand casually rested on his gun holster, a standard but unnerving sight. Jenny watched him through her window, her training as an agent keeping her outwardly calm, despite the rising tension. "Good evening, ma'am. License and registration, please," Andy said, his voice firm and devoid of any greeting warmth. Jenny reached into her glove compartment to retrieve her documents, all the while keeping an eye on Andy's reflection in her window. His posture was rigid professional, yet there was a sharpness in his eyes that hinted at something more than a routine stop. "I'm actually an FBI agent. Here's my badge and ID," Jenny responded, presenting her credentials with a slight hesitation. Andy glanced at the badge, his expression unchanging. "I still need to see your license and registration," he insisted, his tone implying that her badge wasn't a free pass. Jenny's mind raced. This wasn't typical protocol. She complied, but her instincts told her something was off. Her hands were steady, though her pulse was not, as she handed over her documents. Andy took them and walked back to his patrol car, without another word, leaving Jenny in a state of weary suspense. She knew her rights, and her standing as an FBI agent offered her some leverage. But she also knew that street-side encounters with the police could be unpredictable. As she waited, the implications of this seemingly mundane but strangely tense traffic stop began to sink in. As Officer Andy Miller returned from his patrol car, his face was still devoid of expression, making it hard for Jenny to read his intentions. He handed back her license and registration, but his next words heightened the tension. "Please step out of the vehicle, Agent Clark," he stated flatly. Jenny, taken aback by the direct command, complied slowly, ensuring her movements were visible and non-threatening. Once outside, the chilly Chicago air hit her, contrasting sharply with the warmth of her car. The street was moderately busy, and a few passers-by slowed down, their curiosity piqued by the scene. Jenny stood by her vehicle, her posture professional yet relaxed, despite the unease creeping up her spine. "I need to check something." "Please wait here," Andy said, his tone still as indifferent. As before, he walked around her car, inspecting it meticulously, as if looking for something specific. Jenny's training taught her to remain calm under pressure, but her instincts screamed that this stop was anything but routine after a seemingly interminable wait. Andy approached her again. "I apologize for the inconvenience, Agent Clark, but we had a report of a vehicle matching this description involved in suspicious activities. You're free to go now." Despite his words, the apology felt hollow, and Jenny was left with more questions than answers. As she watched Andy walk back to his patrol car, Jenny's mind raced. The interaction had been strange, too calculated. It was clear that something more was going on than a simple traffic stop. She made a mental note to investigate further, her resolve to uncover the truth stronger than ever. Relieved, but not convinced by Officer Andy's explanation, Jenny drove directly to her bureau. Once there, she decided to delve deeper into the supposed suspicious activities linked to her vehicle. Hours of digging through databases and making calls revealed nothing, confirming her suspicion that the traffic stop was more than what it seemed. Late that night, Jenny received an unexpected call from a junior officer at the police station. Officer Mitchell, Agent Clark. There's something you should know about Officer Miller. Can we meet privately? Mitchell's voice was tense, hinting at urgency despite the late hour. Jenny agreed to meet him at a small cafe, away from prying eyes at the cafe. Mitchell appeared visibly shaken. Officer Miller has been using traffic stops to target specific individuals. It's not just random checks. There's a pattern, and I think you were on his list, he confessed. The revelation was shocking, but it fit the odd nature of her encounter with Andy. Mitchell provided documents and emails that suggested a deeper conspiracy, possibly connected to the smuggling ring. Jenny was investigating armed with this new information. Jenny knew she had to act quickly but cautiously. She thanked Mitchell and drove back to her apartment to plan her next steps. However, upon arriving, she found her door ajar and her place ransacked. It was clear someone wanted to intimidate her, or worse, eliminate her as a threat. Realizing the danger, Jenny grabbed only her essentials and decided to go off the grid. As she left her apartment, she noticed a shadowy figure following her. Quick thinking, and her FBI training allowed her to evade her follower and find a temporary safe house. There, she contacted her superiors and laid out her findings, requesting immediate backup and protection. The response was swift within hours. A team was mobilized to secure her and investigate Officer Andy Miller and his activities. Further, as Jenny waited in the safe house, she knew this was just the beginning of a deeper battle against corruption that reached far beyond a simple traffic stop. With new evidence in hand and threats looming, FBI agent Jenny Clark knew she couldn't take any chances. She reached out to her trusted team to organize a covert operation aimed at uncovering the full extent of the corruption linked to Officer Andy Miller and the smuggling ring. Late one evening, Jenny and her team conducted a series of synchronized raids on multiple locations that were suspected hideouts of the smuggling ring. With precision and stealth, they gathered crucial evidence, but Andy was nowhere to be found. The trail suggested that he was tipped off and had fled. As the investigation deepened, links between Andy and a larger criminal network began to surface. It became clear that his actions were part of a broader scheme, possibly involving some high-profile figures in the city. Jenny's resolve hardened. She was determined to expose the corruption, no matter how high it went. After weeks of relentless pursuit, a breakthrough finally came. An informant tipped off Jenny about Andy's hideout in a remote area. Without hesitation, she led a task force to the location. After a tense standoff, Andy was apprehended. He was found in possession of documents and digital evidence that linked him directly to the criminal network. In the aftermath, Jenny's work led to significant arrests and the dismantling of a part of the smuggling network. Her courage and tenacity not only brought a corrupt officer to justice, but also helped clean up a significant portion of the city's underworld in a quiet moment. Reflecting on the long nights and countless risks, Jenny felt a deep sense of fulfillment. The battle was tough, but it reaffirmed her commitment to her role. As an FBI agent, the city was safer and justice was served, thanks to her unwavering determination. Hey everyone, if you found this content insightful and engaging, don't forget to hit that like button and leave a comment below with your thoughts. Sharing this video really helps support the channel and spread the word also. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on our future content. Your support means the world to us, and we love hearing from you. Thanks for watching.